Welcome back. Our next story is about the people who answer your emergency phone calls. Here's Jeff Chu with the story.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
The calm voice you hear answering the emergency 911 phone call you just made is that of a person who has one of the most high-stress, difficult jobs in public safety. Grant County's multi-agency communications center dispatchers performed duties that were described by Helen Terry. Terry, a lead dispatcher with the agency, read from what she recently wrote about the job.
A 911 dispatcher has to temper the excitement of being busy, spending their shift in the controlled chaos that is their job, with the knowledge that someone else, the person on the other end of the phone, is having the worst day of their life. They have to be willing to spend their shift, whatever hours those may be, sitting and doing nothing much just to be there when someone needs them more than anyone else. They have to be able to talk the panicked parent through how to help their choking child, give CPR instructions to the adult that just came in and found their parent not breathing, while listening for the officer wanting to do a traffic stop, run a driver's check, or sign out on his cell phone. They take multitasking to a level most people would never dream of, hear 8 different conversations at the same time, and still remain focused enough to hear the tremor in the voice of the person on the phone telling them there is no emergency when they call back an open 911 line.
The agency recently recognized the challenging work of its staff during National Telecommunicator Week. Jackie Jones is Communications Center Director. She is a board member with the Washington State Association of Public Safety Telecommunications Officials and National Emergency Number Association. Jones asked Terry to write a column for the association's newsletter.
And what she produced just blew me away.
Grant County's dispatch center has a staff of 20. They handle communications calls for 9 law enforcement agencies in Grant County, with exception of Washington State Patrol. They also handle calls for 17 fire departments and 2 ambulance services. Jones, who has 20 years of experience in emergency communications, described what it takes to make a career as a public safety dispatcher.
People that do this work, they thrive on the activity that they get. And on a slow day, we call it a slow day, they don't like those kind of days as much, although it's very important to have those days to kind of temper the emergency days.
Jones talked about what led her into the profession.
Maybe a little embarrassed to admit that I was a big fan of the TV show Rescue 911 and William Shatner.
Terry described the inspiration behind what she wrote about the job.
We had taken a call that was really hard to deal with, and it was kind of one of those where you sit there and you think, wow, that was something that made my day go fast, but while it was something for me to do, it was somebody else's worst day. And so I just kind of wrote from the heart.
The full column can be read on the Dispatch Center's homepage at macc911.org. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back.